Now, if you listen to us regularly, or indeed to the Archers, you'll be familiar with rewilding projects, where humans step back from an area of land and let nature take its course.
That describes one form of rewilding, which is called passive rewilding. But it's actually quite rare in rewilding projects across Britain and Europe. Rewilding is about restoring natural processes and letting nature lead. But it's also about creating new natural assets that can generate value for the rural economy. A key principle in rewilding is to reset damaged ecosystems so that they can recover quickly to their full potential. And this is called active rewilding, where rewilders and landowners take remedial action in collaboration. A great example of active rewilding would be an intensively managed pasture. If we were just to let this go, it would turn into dense matted sward of little ecological and economic value, which may remain stable for 10 or 20 or maybe more years. Pragmatic rewilding would be more likely to restore this to a natural grassland mosaic, which would have multiple benefits for nature and the economy. To achieve these goals, we might look to introduce mixed grazing with pigs and goats to sort of roughen up the sward initially. We might create new natural pits and hollows. And we might also break some of the field drains to restore the natural water flows. This accelerated rewilding benefits wildlife and creates assets that can generate revenues from payments for natural flood management, for instance, carbon capture, revenues from premium animal products, and also from visitor experiences. In professional rewilding, most of what we're doing is resetting natural processes and then steering them to generate value for nature and for rural businesses.
What will this look like if everything goes to plan in 40 years?
Much more woodland with wetlands and ponds within them. By that time we might well have beavers in there. We'll see clouds of insects, because there'll be no pesticides and herbicides on here in the future.
Some farmers are a little worried about rewilding.
I think with this kind of journey we're on at the minute that we should rewild vast tracts of the UK, but then importing food halfway around the world, I'm afraid it just doesn't make sense.
When I listen to how the media portrays developments in land management, they always create divisions. Monday's issue was a classic, with a wildlife trust doing rewilding and a farmer raising issues about food production. The way I see it, regenerative agriculture and rewilding are both responses to our ageing land management approaches. Regenerative agriculture to industrialise agriculture, and rewilding to institutionalise conservation. At their core, regenerative agriculture and rewilding share many similar agendas and principles. Both are about restoring the soil, both are about reconnecting large herbivores with the land, and both are about generating well-being and value for people who live, work and visit rural areas. What we're actually seeing at the moment is a positive development in the relationship between rewilding and regenerative agriculture. And Christopher Perrin's piece on rare breeds captured this spirit beautifully. Both rewilding and regen agriculture are innovating with rare breeds.
We are seeing a turnaround in the fortune of many breeds as farmers recognise the commercial benefits of keeping them because of the lower input costs, and an increasing number of consumers who are more concerned about provenance, welfare, environmental footprint are interested in looking at native breeds because they can be fairly sure that those will provide those benefits.
Our post-Brexit opportunity, in my view, is to heal the rift between farmers and environmentalists and to come together to develop a diversity of restorative and economically viable land management approaches.